Pleasure's all mine. Me and Khari have a lot of history together in terms of interviewing. I caught Khari's, well, he caught my attention as well as Jackson's attention when he was like 8 or 9, playing basketball. To show you how intuitive he is, he came over and introduced himself. Do you remember that?
I think
you came over and introduced yourself to me. Yeah, you told me who you were, and I said, well, okay, this young man, this guy's going places, so, and we've taken it from there, Luma Christie, we several interviews, so I appreciate you coming over. I just want to ask you a few questions, man, and
Pleasure's all mine.
Tell the readers a little bit about, Khari Willis right now. So Khari, tell us how you dealing with the COVID-19 and how's it affecting you in your everyday life?
I think I'm kind of dealing with it like everybody. I think, first, when it first happened, I'm taking all the precautions, staying out of big groups. If I can help not eating out all the time, I'll do that. Washing my hands, staying safe. Going places that require to wear a mask, I'm wearing my mask. I think I'm taking the proper precautions that everyone else is taking. But I think as far as my work goes, I think my training is kind of home based here in Michigan anyway, so it didn't really affect me too much in that regard. It shut down a little bit of my weightlifting for a little bit, so I had to adjust. But other than that, I think I've handled it pretty well. I'm blessed to be able to be healthy through this whole thing, and as are the people around me, so that's definitely a blessing.
Has there been any type of demand for you to make any appearances or things like that you would have to, reconsider in terms of big groups that you normally, they want you to appear here and appear there. Have you had those challenges?
Yeah, I think one of those challenges is one of my close friends passed away, and I wasn't able to go to his funeral just because it was a limited amount. And I knew him personally, and I knew that give other people opportunity, his family and other friends who maybe didn't get to see him as much as I did. So I think that was one of the biggest things for me. I missed the funeral, but other than that, a couple of signings and things like that were called off, and autograph sessions and stuff. That stuff is called off for safety measures, and I completely understood that.
Yeah, I think that in reference to the funeral, man, that's one of the hardest things that the community's had to deal with.
Yeah.
We've been prepared and conditioned to wish people goodbye in our own way.
Right.
And it's just not the same. You got to do it from a distance.
Exactly.
You got to do it whether it be on Zoom or, virtual.
Yeah.
It makes it a little difficult.
Yeah.
And I've had to deal with that, so I know what you're talking about. So Khari, at the King dinner, you let us know that you were a father.
Yes, sir.
Tell us how old are you? You got 2 twin boys.
Yep, twin boys.
How old are they now?
They're about 11 months. Here, coming up on 11 months in a couple weeks, so their birthday's coming up. But they're doing excellent, man. It's their story is amazing, especially given the way that they're premature and how small they were and everything. But now they're up moving around and yelling at you all the time, talking to you, and they're doing all normal baby stuff. So it's just they're definitely a gift from God for me, and it's definitely eye-opening and life-changing to be about it.
Perfect. Now, so based on that, how does that affect you now? Previously, Khari Willis, you don't make the team or you make the team.
Right.
Those kind of pressures that you have to deal with. Does this add a new dimension to your life as far as a professional athlete is concerned?
I think it is different in the sense that I would say any job, right? So professional athlete, writer, pastor, anything. When you love somebody more than you love yourself, it gives you a different dimension of how you look at your work, how detailed you are, how serious you are about it, and not just for the work, but for the reward, right? So you want to, I want to preserve. Now I'm super preservative of anything I obtain for the sake of my kids, and I think that's something that is kind of like a different view, a different lens from the lens of a father, as opposed to just the lens of somebody taking care of themselves and their family. But now it's like, I got people that are dependent on me, literal dependents. So it's definitely been exciting. I like having that challenge.
But you have to put it in perspective.
Oh yeah, definitely in perspective. And then for them to see, to grow up and be able to see me in the life that I'm in and the things that I'm doing, I think it makes me even more want to set an example. Because I used to just go, now it's for kids in the community, right?
Right.
And still that, but now it's for my own kids.
Personal.
So it's personal now. You know what I'm saying? Which has always been personal because I had that personal connection. But now, even more so, you know, so I think that's helpful.
Well, it'd be great if you play long enough into your 30s where they could appreciate and
Right.
understand what you do
Right.
and how the world views professional athletes.
Right.
And, you know, right now they don't know, you
Yeah,
know.
they don't know what's going on.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Look here, Khari. So look, being a Jackson bred, how did your upbringing, say, including King Center, the school teams, and then we go up to Lumen Christi, you know, MSU, and the people along the way. How did this community and your upbringing impact you to this point?
I think it pretty much made me. A man is a compilation of his experiences. That's what he is. And I think with me, you know, my upbringing, my mom, my dad, you know, their faith and the things they instilled in me, I feel that those things were able to lead me to the next journey to get what I needed. And I think, you know, the resources here that I had in Jackson, I think they're very underrated, but I think I try to use those to the best of my abilities, and just till I get to the next point to get what I needed, which was at first I had on the south side, then over to Lumen Christi.
Yeah.
Resources there, Coach Brogan, Rich Grosick, you know, helping me out. A lot of teachers helped me out, and I get to college, and then I'm prepared where there's more resources, right? And so I utilize those resources to get me where I am today. So I think all of the entire journey that I've had so far, it's just been like stacking days on top of each other. And I think you know, it's one, a blessing, but two, that's what I am. If you know me, I'm here. You know, I'm training here. I appreciate Florida and the trainers that they got, but I'm not from Florida, so I don't know Florida. But this is home for me, so this is where I'm going to continue to thrive in my career.
Wonderful, wonderful. I tell you one thing, and we speaking for Alan Wade and Wade family, we appreciate you, you know, honoring your community by just your presence. You know, you staying here, not feeling that somewhere else is better than Jackson. You know, you telling us that Jackson's a great place to be.
Yeah.
So we appreciate that. You know, this question I wanted to ask you, when did it occur to you that you were qualified to make that leap? When did it occur to you to say, hey man, I can play this for a living. I'm just as good, if not better. When did it occur to you?
I think when I was in high school, it occurred to me that I could play at a higher level. I'm not going to sit here and say that I knew exactly, you know, how high I could get drafted or how much of an impact I could be that early. But I did have dreams and aspirations, and I knew that I didn't feel that there was anything another human could do that I couldn't do. You know, so I did feel that as a competitor. But then, as I went on to high school, I got to college, and once I got to college and I saw guys that I was playing with moving on to the next level, and I was competing with them every day, and I was just like, okay, yeah, this is definitely easily a possibility.
Okay.
It's definitely a possibility.
Yeah.
And then based on how I work and how I understand and learn the game, you know, and obviously being fortunate enough to stay healthy and blessed enough.
That's key, isn't it?
And blessed enough to be able to obtain knowledge and comprehend things at a high speed. That's a blessing from God. I don't take advantage. I don't take for granted. But being able to have that blessing on top of staying healthy and understand the game and preparing myself physically, that's when I was able to take the leap. But I think I saw it once I got to campus and I saw guys moving on to the next level that I was with every day. I was like, yeah, I believe I definitely did as well.
You know, I watched you play and studied you. You know, covered a lot of MSU games and watched you, and where I only watched you. I watched nothing. I didn't nothing play. I zeroed in on you. What would you consider your strength, Khari? You mentioned that you studied and you're a student of the game, and you know you work out from you condition yourself properly. What is your strength that you can zero in on?
I would say versatility. I think a lot of guys in my posture are labeled as box safeties, and you know, labeled as just tacklers. But I think I've shown I could tackle, I can cover, you know, man coverage, zone coverage, deep middle of the field, which is, like I said, a blessing to be able to comprehend all those things. But I think that's where my strength is just versatility. I think there's a lot of things that I can do pretty good, and I think there's I know there's a lot of things I can get better at, and I think that's what makes it more exciting to me. I think I have a higher upside than people think.
So you have the ability to comprehend.
I believe so. I believe that, and I think obviously toughness.
Yeah.
Toughness.
Yes. Years ago, Charles Barkley, he made a statement. You know, he said he didn't consider himself a role model from being a professional athlete. What's your response to that? Do you consider yourself a role model?
I got two responses. I think one for Charles, he's not a role model that I would look after.
Thank you.
With all due respect, now
I understand.
athlete, you know what I'm saying? But I look guys to like a LeBron James and stuff like that. You know, I think as a professional athlete, whether you like it or not, somebody's looking up to you. You know, and I think if we can get more guys to embrace that as opposed to defer, which I think that's kind of what Charles was doing, was deferring.
Yeah.
Which, like I said, I'm not. If that's what he wants to do, that's his choice. But I think for me, you know, I'm gonna try to accept that and impact as many people as I can. So I think I'm a role model. Hopefully, I'm the proper model. That's what I want to be. You know, as long as I'm in this position, I'm gonna use my platform because I think that's one of the reasons I'm here. And I'm not the most athletic, the most fastest, strongest, but God has blessed me, and I think I'm gonna use that what He's given me to benefit other people. And I think, you know, Charles, you know, he can feel that way, but I think there's other athletes, you know, guys with the likeness of Michael LeBron James, Damian Lillard, some of these guys,
Yeah.
Tom Brady and guys like that.
They know it means accountability.
Yeah,
That's what Charles was coming from.
Yeah.
He didn't want to be held accountable.
Yeah, I mean, that's a proper assumption to make off of that statement, that he didn't want to be held accountable. But for me, you can hold me accountable to that, and that's something I'm going to embrace. So I hold myself to a higher standard than just being an athlete. Yeah.
Amen. You know, looking back over your career and your life, professionally and personally, who has primarily been influential in your life?
I say my parents. My dad, without a question. My dad has been like a father in the community here. You know, he showed me, you know, what it is to be a man. You know, how to take on challenges, not even ones that you didn't bring yourself on, and things for other people. And I'll say my mom. You know, my mom being grounded in her faith and what she believes in. I feel like those things have been able to keep me grounded and have a foundation for me. So as I went on in life, that foundation of faith haven't wavered, regardless of decisions I may have made, or regardless of things that I may have given myself into. If that foundation is there, you know, I have something to come back to. I think that's definitely from my parents.
Good. Let's go back to the NFL. What was the biggest challenge for you going from MSU to NFL?
I think the biggest challenge was a new system. I think a lot of people, we ran so our standards at Michigan State was the same. You know, everyone gonna run to the ball, we gonna hit guys, we gonna cover guys. And I think that's a standard. That's probably a standard defensive model. But I think the scheme that we played, both a 4-3 defense, but more so split safeties in college and in the league, it's a little more single safety to stop that run. So I think you know, it's a different scheme. I'll say scheme was a normal thing.
Okay, but obviously it wasn't a challenge. It wasn't a problem for you. You were able to.
Thankfully, I was able to learn it. But I mean, I still made some mistakes that to this day I'm still watching. But I think I'm picking up on it a little bit better. And hopefully, you see a big leap in you.
Well, let me ask you this question then. Guys, is it true that guys sit on the bench because they can't pick up the scheme, even though they may have the physical ability? How true is it that they're not on the playing field because of their inability to pick up and understand defensive schemes?
I think that rings more true in college than it is in the league. In the NFL, if you can't pick it up, you won't be there very long. You know, that's just the reality of the game. It's 47-man roster.
Regardless of your talent.
Regardless of your talent. I mean, you may get a shot, but I think from my experience, like I said, I only have 1 year in. I think from my experience is if you can't pick it up, you won't be there very long. And I think, at least with the Colts, you know, you gotta know what you're doing to play, regardless of how talented you are. Now, maybe there's some, like everything else, maybe there's some exception to the rules. But for guys like myself, I have to know what I'm doing. You know, I won't be there. That's a reality that most people know, because there's no room on the bench. You know, there's not guys that are on the bench. If you dressing, you're playing. That's how it is. You know, it's 53 man. You know, 7 people won't dress, or 7 people won't dress. But there's a 47-man game day roster, and we need all 47 to play.
So,
yeah. If you're on, you
dress,
you're playing.
You qualify.
Yeah, you qualify. At least for that week.
Khari, what advice do you have for that high school senior, that high school junior, that high school sophomore who wants to be the next Khari Willis? He to fulfill his dream. What advice do you have for him or her that wants to go to the next level?
I think the first thing you got to do is you got to love hard work. You got to love hard work, and I think part of doing that is you have to be a leader. And I think as you lead and you get closer to grown men and coaches and things like that, you get a vision of what the game is supposed to be like for any sport that you're in. And so I would say get up under those coaches and learn. But then too, you got to fall in love with hard work. You know, a kid came up to me the other day, I'm gonna be better than you, I'm gonna be better than you. And I was just thinking, at your age, do you know what I was doing every day? You know, I wasn't just saying it. I didn't have a Khari Willis to go talk to. You know, like Tony Dungy was 50 years before me. You know, and a couple in betweens. But other than that, I'm like, yeah, you got to work. You got to really, really want it. And I think as long as you have those things with the ability and you make good decisions away from your sport, then opportunities will come in. It's up for you to take advantage of.
So going back to the earlier question I asked you, when do you feel like you made that commitment to hard work? When did you say, I really want this? Can you?
Probably in elementary school. My dad, it was basketball for me instead of football. Football, that commitment came later, but the work ethic was the same. The effort was the same. Yeah, so for me, it was basketball. It's really young. There's videos of me on YouTube, like 5th grade, going into 6th grade, dribbling 2 balls. Like I've been doing it forever. And that was really right around that time I really started to pick it up. And because I started seeing results, and I kind of fell in love with results, and I always loved competing.
Right.
I think that's one of the things that are underrated nowadays. Is kids don't like to compete sometimes. So I think you got to work and then go compete. You know, what I mean, go put your work to the test. I wasn't scared to do that versus my oldest brothers. I wasn't scared to lose. You know, I wasn't scared to fight them. You know what I'm saying? That's just the reality of the situation. And I wanted to win.
Yeah.
And I think with those two things, you really won't go wrong as long as you make good decisions.
Good answer. Yeah. Okay, in conclusion, I'm going to ask you, this is kind of a two-part question. One is, how do you want to be remembered? And then at the same time, life after football, kind of a combination between those. How does Khari, well, let's make it 2 questions. How do you want to be remembered, Khari, as a person in this community?
In this community, I think when it's all said and done, I want to be some type of model of Jesus Christ. I think that's my number one thing to be remembered. I mean, I think football and all that stuff is good, and obviously as a football player, I want a legacy there. But no doubt somebody will come and pass that up, maybe in no time. I think for me, I want to be a father, a son, a leader in the community that models Jesus Christ. That's my number one goal. Everything else, I appreciate its benefits and everything, but that's the number one thing for me. And I think, what was the second question?
Well, I think you kind of answered. The second question was life after football.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's early to think about it, but at the same time, you're in a profession that, the future can be anything, right?
Yeah.
It can be a month, it can be
Right.
15 years.
Right.
Have you thought about life after football?
Definitely. I think
Okay.
I want to continue to educate myself and get my education. I obviously think anybody have dreams of their own business of some sort, and then dealing with working with people. I think that's my number one thing. I feel like I have a burden for people, especially young people, young Black people, to be specific and honest. I think that's my burden. So I think after football, you can catch me doing something that's going to benefit those people.
Because you understand what it takes. You understand the
I understand what it
challenges.
takes. I understand what it's like.
And yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I
the
understand
challenges
exactly.
that they have.
Exactly.
Black young men have.
Exactly, and not just only Black, but
Yeah.
that's what I identify with. So,
Absolutely.
especially more specifically, just simply because I know what it's like. I don't know what it's like to be another race growing up in America, in Jackson, Michigan, on the South Side. But I know what it's like to be a Black kid.
Well, you heard it from Khari Willis. He's a role model for all. I mean, he's practical. He's a Black young man growing up in America, growing up in Jackson, Michigan. He knows the challenges that Black young men have, but he's certainly not limited to impacting the Black community. His life impacts the entire community, not just Jackson, but even NFL's global. So there's a kid in Germany who looks at Khari Willis, a kid in France who looks at Khari Willis, and so we appreciate you, man. We appreciate you. We're really proud of you and your accomplishments. We wish you and your family, your little boys, the rest of the Willis family, we wish you the best, man, coming up. It's just We know the future's uncertain in terms of when you're gonna start playing football again.
Yes, sir.
But we know that whenever you start, you're gonna be ready, and we're gonna be watching. So,
Well, I definitely appreciate you. I appreciate the Jackson Blazers. It's definitely been a staple here in our community ever since I was younger. We always getting good stories that a lot of people don't know are there, bringing them to life for the entire community. So I definitely appreciate the Blazers. Anything I can ever do, let me know.
appreciate you, man.
My man.
All right,
Yes, sir.
thank you.
Yep.